Fuck SuperCoach, eh? Fuck SuperCoach. Fucking Charlie GUYMER. Charlie fucking GUYMER. Charlie GUYMER. This is how my Sunday started. My Sunday started by Nico Hines fucking going over for a try after selling Jerome Hughes to him. Yes, it was sideways trades. I know it, but fuck me. I thought the Broncos were going to win. They did. They fucking didn't show any heart. So I lost 30 points there. And then halfway through the Roosters game, I hear on the radio, Wiramu Greg has not played for the Parramatta Eels this week. He's played reserve grade, so we expect Charlie GUYMER to come into the side for this afternoon. All weekend, I had a free loop. Ready to go for the weekend. Tedesco, I feel like with Pappenhausen going pretty average, I had a trump card up my sleeve, having Tedesco as a VC with a free shot because I had 18 players. Fucking Charlie GUYMER. Go suck a big, fat cock. You fucking imbecile. What, you played 2 or 3 games all year, you decide to show up this week. Fuck, I love Charlie GUYMER, but Jesus Christ. You really decide to show some ticker on the wrong week, don't you? Oh. Big Emmy's in the chat. Hello, I love Mark Nwanganitwase. Yes, I Googled how to spell. I would Google too, Big M. Bloody Mark Nwanganitwase. What a legend. So, yeah, I had the vice captain on Teddy. 96 points. Looked really, really good, to be honest. The free loop. And then Charlie GUYMER gets named. The free loop is gone. Who do I take out of my SuperCoach team? Jaden Campbell, who I was prepared to be a captain option. Do I take out Beau Fermor, my new recruit, who I was really excited for, who I was banking on to get more than 81 points to win tipping point this week? Or do I leave out Tino, who's been one of the better front row forwards of the year this year? No. I figured Jaden Campbell, if he gets 70, I'm better off taking a 70 as my captain than a Charlie GUYMER. Than a Charlie GUYMER coming off the bench and scoring 15. So that's just how SuperCoach works. And yeah, this is why the flex came into position, because HIAs in the first half, the 18th man drops out, and a HIA dropped out for me. It wasn't tactical play this week. It was a HIA came into my side. They dropped out. The thing is, it was my captain, so I don't even get a captain score this week. 1166. You're in the bin, mate. Fucking 78 minutes too late. 3620. Yeah, so I'm struggling to hit 1200 at the moment. I'm meant to have a guest on this week. He is meant to be here, but he's coming in like 20 minutes. But I just thought I'd come in early because I want to get this shit out of the way. Nah, I'm playing it up a bit. I am a bit pissed off because I was having such a good week, and I felt like it was a really good chance to move. The Charlie GUYMER stuff has just kind of thrown me a lot. Jaden Campbell going off for a HIA, it's probably more his fault. Oh, it's not even his fault. It's no one's fault. It's just how SuperCoach works. Like some weeks, something like this happens. If you don't have Jaden Campbell, you death road. Well, then that's kind of worked out for you. But yeah, I guess it's my fault for just like Teddy was the best captain option this week by far, and it's my own fault for doing that. We got Wooden Spoon, SuperCoach, 1361. After I think I was done Saturday, thank God for Teddy and Marky. If you've got Marky on your side, that was really good play there. I'll just message the co-host that's meant to come on. He's coming on now, so while I rant about my SuperCoach misfortunes, I'll answer some questions early on. But yeah, I was having a really good week actually. I think I might just get to 1200 to be honest, but maybe just scrape there. I had the likes of Herbie, Obviously, everyone had Herbie. I'm on 1169. My plays include Terrell May, Tarpanay, Jenkins downdated. That's unlucky. Jenkins, Azarko, Lucas, and Nikora for 96. Eli Katol, 53. Cam McInnes, 63. Tedesco, 95. Tino, 36. He was the one I should have left out. Far out. Bo Fermal, 53. Jerome Hughes, 45. So I felt like I was having a way better week than that. Just because the week started with Jenkins scoring a try, then Azarko scoring a try, and then Herbie going really well. And a lot of people had, your Fletcher Sharps and stuff like that who kind of underperformed. So, yeah, I thought I was ahead and I was a chance to have a strike this week. It wasn't meant to be. Pretty much nearly 200 points off the mark, but it is what it is. SuperCoach happens. 1306 bought Campbell this week for Brown. Might as well hold Brown. Yeah, Jesus Christ. 10 points isn't really doing anything for you. Play Tino instead of Sandon Smith. Yeah, both went down injured. It's going to be carnage next week. It's going to be very interesting to see how team list pans out next week. I've got an abundance of Manly players. I don't know what happens there with the likes of Trebojevic, Hopoate. I'm not sure what's going to happen there. So, we've got the Corn Lord. Who do you like out of Nikora or kick out for a trade next week? Nikora, like from my side, I reckon he's warming into the year. I'm not a massive kick out guy. I'd have to say Nikora, but I don't know if he is a trade in. I don't know if I love it as a trade in, but yeah. Wooden Spoon, I'm a Manly fan. I reckon it's time to go for them both. What, for Lehigh or for Turbo? Yeah, I'm not really stoked about owning Turbo. Do I go Pappenhausen? Pappenhausen playing the Sharks next week, who have a pretty big break even. So I'm pretty happy just to go with Trebojevic, see how he goes. They got told, the Manly camp got told that they're going to do mass changes and Tommy's not going to play fullback. And apparently the playing group kind of kicked up a stink. So I'm hoping that they all want Tommy to play fullback and they leave that there and then, kind of shift other things around to make it work. We've got the raid trader. We're already live. I had to get on here.
Show some patience.
I had to get on here and rant because I just wanted to talk shit about Charlie Guymer.
Oh, what? Did you have him in your team?
Yeah. I had a free loop this week. 18 players. Then I hear halfway through the Roosters game on the way home in the car, Wiramu Greg has played reserve grade, so expect Charlie Guymer to come onto the bench for the Parramatta Eels. I had Tedesco VC. It would have been a score. I didn't say this. I didn't say this in my rant before. It would have been a score I definitely looped. 80 plus, I was looping this week 100%.
Yeah, maybe 85. Yeah. Well, he got it.
Free loop.
Yeah. Oh, okay, you were a free loop. Yep.
Because Charlie Guymer came in, I would have had to leave out Tino, Jaden Campbell, or Bo Fermor, who I bought this week.
How did he go? I haven't seen the scores. He would have got 60, 70, right?
Who?
Fermor?
He got 55.
Really?
Tino got 36 and Jaden Campbell 10. So I would have had to leave one of them out, and I wasn't prepared to do that because I thought the Titans were going to turn a corner. I thought they turned a corner with their last matchup against Manly.
I haven't seen who won the game because I was helping my baby boy out. Please tell me, did Eels actually beat them?
36-20.
36-20 without Moses and Brown.
Yep.
I mean, whoa.
Yep.
Wow. What did Iongi get?
He played really well, actually. He played really well.
I'm gonna guess 106.
91. Close.
Okay.
Yeah. How'd you go this week?
I'm checking now.
You came in not expected to be put on the spot straight away.
I got 1326.
Yeah, 1170 for me. 1170. I was having a good week too because I didn't have the people that did shit this week. I didn't have, for example, Fletch Sharp, didn't have him. So
Yeah, I had him as well.
like 40 odd points, quite underwhelming. Who else was there? There was, I don't know. I was just having a pretty good week up until today.
Well, I had Campbell and Sharp and went 13-26. So I guess that's good signs.
Yeah. And I guess, like, to be fair, had I gone to Desco, I would have only got 1260. So like this last game has really just, like, I wasn't going as well as I thought I had. So
yeah, I mean, you can't like, I think the Sharp thing is kind of a silver lining. I think people are just going to obviously go to Karaz or Hopewadi from him. But like, I think a lot of people were looking good into this last game, and the Campbell injury or the HIA has just rocked people a bit. But I think we're just seeing a lot of random injuries that now people are sweating on trades a bit. Like I have 14 left. I don't know how much you have left, but it's getting to a point where it's like we have to consider what's a must trade rather than what's like a must have.
100%. Like I did a Nico Hines to Jerome Hughes trade this week with 11 trades. So obviously not the smartest.
You did Nico Hines to Jerome Hughes.
Yeah, that's how my day started, you know. I had such a good weekend too. Had such a nice weekend. Went out to Penrith Panthers yesterday with my daughter and some mates and watched the footy there. It was a great time.
Nice.
She had a great time. We all had a great time. And then, you know, today started a great morning, had breakfast. She was making slime. She wanted to just stay home all morning and relax with dad. But
I love that. You are she seems like a big you know, what do they call it when it's like, you know, it's like a daddy's boy or like
she is.
She's like, yeah, the daddy's girl, I guess. Like she loves you.
Yep, she is. She's definitely a daddy's girl.
I hit a pretty sick multi this week. Are you ready to hear it?
Yep.
So I had $100 bonus bet.
Ooh.
I put a 4-leg multi on. First leg was Knights to beat Dolphins at like $4.10. Then I had Broncos to beat Sharks. Then I had Melbourne Storm to beat the Rabbitohs. And then I had the Roosters game over 48.5, and it went to 50 points.
Oh, what?
So I got it.
What was the payout for?
It was like $14 odds, so I got about 1,300 back.
That is nice. That's very nice.
Very lucky. Very
obviously
lucky,
courtesy of Picklebet. Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely. There's definitely Picklebet that gave me that $100 bonus bet.
Yes, use the code Turbo when signing up. They had a pretty good Origin special, which was first try scorer. If you didn't get your first try scorer bet, then you get 200% return in that. So I think they did something similar for game 2, but I'll read it out for game 3 for when it comes. So let's wrap up the week. Come on.
Yeah, let's do it.
Sunday night. It's a late game. I hate this late game, mate. It's so bad.
Yeah, it's pretty weird, right? Let's start from the start though. Tigers and Raiders.
Tigers and Raiders. This was a good game. Tarpanay went over very early, which was very nice. It was underscored apparently. So apparently, we all joke about the work experience kids doing the scoring. This was actually the case on Friday night. So Tarpanay top scored 81, Terrell May 83. The front row was getting it done once again. But Hudson Young, the big one, updated from 34 to 55, which is pretty good. Played small minutes, but I think he'll definitely be a target for people going forward.
I don't think it's a good trade still.
Yeah.
Personally. I just think like he's a great player. It's just you're going to want him to be like a season keeper in your team, but I don't think the time to trade him in was now.
Yeah.
You knew he was going to have limited minutes because he played like 45 minutes in Origin. And to be honest, Tigers should have, if not, been close to sending this to overtime and won this game. But I think it's just getting to a point where you have to get the right front row forwards and second row forwards very quickly now. Hudson Young's one of them, but I think you're waiting until after the next Origin personally, but that's just me.
Yeah, 100%. I think like people can look at it from 2 points of view. Like your your trades from now could just be people who you want in your team for the rest of the year. So it doesn't matter if they're playing Origin late in the year.
Sure.
If you're happy with your buy numbers, it's probably the right time to do it if you can. But at the same time, hold off on these trades as long as you can, because something more important might come up eventually. So there's probably two ways to go about it. I think it is very team dependent. But from this game, not much else SuperCoach wise. I think Latu Finu is going to be an interesting one. 64, break even of 33, so he makes 24K, will be 290K. With Dylan Brown and Jaden Campbell out next week, people might be tempted.
They have Manly away, and then they have Roosters away, then New Zealand away, then Gold Coast, Penrith, Bulldogs. So it's a bit of an up and down one. I'm expecting Manly to absolutely come back in and swat the next two teams they verse at Pines Park. But I think Campbell is a hold if you have an all right second 5/8, in my opinion. But yeah, maybe we'll get to that when we get to that game. But yeah, Finu could definitely be it. I don't know. It's pretty good to see that he scored 64 in a Tigers team that only scored 12 points, same as Luai that scored 74 points in a team that scored 12 points. So maybe is Luai more value points-wise than Finu?
Oh, I mean, he's nearly 400K. Probably, I'd say Finu, because Luai is very up and down. But I guess Luai could be on the way up rather than Finu's position is under threat in the side. Finu didn't even play 80 minutes. He didn't come on super early or anything. I'm pretty sure he might have even come on in the second half, but he looked really good when he went out there. I think the price is 100K less. So yeah, I'd be more keen on that. But at the same time, I think if you're 5'8", you got two guns in there. Say you got Munster and Campbell. We've got a comment here from Cameron. Jaden Campbell passed his HIA, so they can appeal the stand down.
But if he passed, how does he not come back on the field?
Because it was deemed a category 1 on the field. So the fact that he passed, it could be they're just doing a visual inspection, whereas the physical inspection is different, so they can appeal it. And usually it is approved when that happens most of the time. Okay. So that could be good news for Jaden Campbell owners, but he's dead to me. He's dead to me now.
The problem is, and the really annoying thing is, one, they were versing the Eels here. If he was in the game, he most probably plugs minimum 50, let's say, to be conservative.
Yeah.
But the big thing is they were versing North Queensland next week, which could have been just an absolute points fest where he goes 100 plus. Then they go into the bye, and that's why you kind of had him in this period. I guarantee you there's some people that just got him 1 or 2 rounds ago, and this hurts really bad. I think if you move him and make money, it's justifiable. It just depends who's your second 5'8", and also how much money do you get from going down to, who do you go down to make the money as well? So
yeah, 100%. Yeah, Cameron says independent doctor ruled cut 1 immediately. Test came later for sure. Yeah, I guess for me, I'm not willing to go cheap players like Latu Finu this time of year, unless you've seen him come through the grades and you really, really rate him as a player and you think he can get premium scores for the rest of the year. I think time for cheapies is done. I'm all for value options who are bottomed out in price, but yeah, I just think cheapies at this time of year is quite yuck.
Yeah, I think Talakai and Jed Stewart are going to be your last plays at cheapies if you go anywhere.
Potentially. I guess also there's another point. Latu Finu, maybe he plays 5'8" for the rest of the year, and you want to bank some cash, and you know that your second 5'8" you're not going to play every week, then that's probably an avenue you can use.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's move on to the next game, Warriors versus Panthers. Aaron Clark top scored 83. Aaron Clark?
Yeah, recorrected him and got him back ages ago, and it's been the best trade I've done.
I'm pretty sure that you said to me that a couple of weeks ago that you didn't want to bite the bullet and get him back in.
No. I said a couple of weeks ago, I was saying I'm not sure if you didn't own him, if you should try and get him in now because of him getting 55 minutes, and seeing where that goes. But he's slowly becoming the go-to Mr. Consistent, who is like the Terrell May, the Payne Haas of the two RFs. Like someone who can just plug in your 2RF and keep there. He's got dual right as well. Is that right? I'm pretty sure it does.
Aaron Clark?
Yeah, or am I tripping?
Yeah, 2RF front row.
Yeah, he's just been insane, man. Yeah, I just think he's getting close to him being a must-have, in my opinion.
He's pretty much like taken over Tino at this time of year for the role he was playing in SuperCoach. Mm-hmm. Jackson Ford, 75. How's he getting a lot of his points? He's got.
I think he scored. Yeah,
he's got a try. Luke Metcalf, 61. Went had a slight injury concern. Am I right?
I didn't see.
Yeah, I was keeping one eye on the game at this point, but he stayed on the field, so all good there. Wade Egan, 48. There's not much for the Warriors. The Warriors aren't really like SuperCoach relevant. I think. Can
I just say though, this score line for what the Panthers team was and how they've been playing as a team is, in my opinion, the biggest upset of the week. Like, I thought Knights could beat Dolphins. I literally thought they've got a lot of players back, they can do it. But this was a game I thought Warriors were going to go out and win like 40-16.
Yep.
And they just dropped the ball. And like SuperCoach relevancy wise, I thought RTS would have been doing a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 59 is still nice. But I was expecting like to get him in. I was thinking about getting him in and he could go like easy 70, 80 plus. But I think the only people we really care about from the Warriors at the moment is Aaron Clark and Metcalf.
Yep.
Is that really it?
Yeah, I probably agree. I think like people like RTS aren't probably targets this time of year. Like early in the year, yeah. But like there's so many options in the center wing. Like I'm looking at my side. I'm looking at my side right here. So Farnworth, Zarko, Ramian, Hopewada, Garrick. Like I probably only want to move Jenkins to Karaz next week and then maybe Harodi to someone. And then like that's my center wing set, I'd say.
Who do you have? I'm just looking now. You got Ramian. Jeez, that's a pod and a half.
Yeah, I'm so happy with the play too. I love watching him play.
And you held Hopewadi. That's really good because he's going to be great next week.
Yeah.
I think I think you're going to look at getting. I think Lomax is getting to a point where we have to get him in very, very soon.
Yep.
Because he could throw out a 140, depending who they verse. The hold on Jenkins is great as well. How much is he worth?
Well, he's worth 545. Yeah, he makes another 50K this week. So he'll be 600 next week, but with a -3 break even. I have 140K in the bank, so I think I'm just going to do him to Karaz. Even though he has a negative break even, I think Karaz is a must-have.
I think out of the three, the Holmes, Karaz, and Lomax, who are the two you really want? Is it Lomax, Karaz?
I really want Val Holmes and Lomax, but Karaz scores what these guys scores without making it look exciting, if that makes sense. Like he's scoring, like Lomax scored 90 points today, and it felt like that Karaz did that last week, and it made it look so much easier than what Lomax did. At the same time, they're both doing it pretty easily. So Lomax is scoring 60s for fun. Like maybe you guys like Garrick aren't in your final 17. Like he scored a double with line breaks for 93 points, which for us it's good. But are these base guys like Herbie, Lomax, and Karaz, like are they more priority for your side because they've probably got bigger ceilings?
I think if you haven't got Herbie yet, your season is close to being done, to be honest.
Yeah, 100%.
Like in the last 4 or 5 weeks, if you haven't had Herbie, it's like almost as close as like most really more not having Sharp when he was just popping off. Like it's really hurt you.
Yeah, he's got like 806. He's going to be like 860K next week, which is ridiculous. For the Penrith Panthers, Schneider top score 101. Sorensen 99 points. We talked about him a couple of weeks ago as a mid-range option. I just think it never really works out for him. But since we talked about him then, he's had scores of 61, 43, and 99 on the weekend. 99 with a double. That being said, and hasn't really played that much footy. Had a few buys in between, so I wouldn't. Even if you did buy him, it's probably not the best purchase in the world. But like a nice person to have if you say you upgraded like a Charlie GUYMER or something. It would have been very handy this round. Blaze Talangi looks really good. 77 points. Maybe he's a 5'8" option.
I just can't. I can't advise to do anything at the Panthers when they're coming into Bulldogs, and then they're coming into a bye. I would say maybe around round 19, you could look at start doing things.
Look at their draw home.
Hey?
Look at their draw home. Parramatta.
Yeah, so exactly right. So at round 19 is, I think, where you make moves if you are looking for like a Ghana or something like that, like a little pod from Penrith, but even a Blaze, that could be the play. You know what I mean? Yep. But I think coming into these, a bye, which is 0 points for obviously Supercoach wise, and then Bulldogs, pretty rough. 100%.
Supercoach wise, not much else here. I guess like 45 points for Jenkins. As I said, he'll have a -3 break even, something like that. Make 50K, be 600K. So it's up to you whether you want to hold him. Plays the Dogs. So pretty much I'm not going to hold my breath for maybe 15K potentially, maybe not that much more. So happy to take the wins where I get it, but not much else for the Panthers.
What was Garner's base? Because he didn't score a try. How many minutes did he play and what's his base? Do you have that info? I'm just really curious because I think he could be a very, very interesting pod play coming into that Parramatta round, depending on what the minutes is.
So 40 points in tackles and 18 points in runs. So that's 58 in pure base. He had 12 points in tackle busts and he had a line break. So in base and power, he had 70 points, which is crazy. Scott Sorensen actually got banned for 2 weeks for a hip drop tackle. So he'll take that second row spot, which is very, very handy.
Yeah, but that's the 2 weeks. That's Bulldogs and bye. So I'm curious to see how much minutes Garner gets when Parrot.
Yeah, but he's not suspended for the bye though. Like he's
does that not how it works? Did you get the suspended for the game? Sorry, I was like, that's perfect. Yeah, set me up for the bye, boys. I'll sit back and take that week. So he'll miss the Para game. Garner would likely get extra minutes there. I am fried today. Just let me be, brother.
That's a loophole if you've ever heard one though. Like, all right, we'll take the early guilt. We got the bye in 2 weeks. All good, bro.
So could be a look. Garner could be a shout. In all honesty.
Shout out to Silico in the Patreon chat. Shout out, he's here every week. Haven't had Herbie all year, sitting in 200. Probably would be top 50 if I had him. You did say if you don't have Herbie, your season's probably over.
Yeah,
if your
season's over.
No. He's sitting in 200th without Herbie. Your season's not over, but would you get him? Like, I don't want to give advice to someone who's doing very well this year because they've obviously got the vibe for the year, but would you get him if you're in that position yourself?
What's their draw coming into? So they just first.
I'm pretty sure they have a really good draw.
Newcastle. They have South, then a bye. South away, bye. Sharks away. North Queensland bye. Yeah. If you've anti-potted him now, so be it. I mean, you're 200th for a reason. You know what you're doing. Like, maybe something unfortunate happens to him. He's out for 1 to 2 weeks. Maybe he just doesn't score tries all of a sudden. Dolphins drop off, and all of a sudden you're the one not having to move Herbie. I don't know. I think it's too late to go to him personally. And it sounds like your team is fine anyway without him. So
crazy that Herbie didn't have a try assist or a try and scored 106.
Did he not have a try in this game against?
No.
Against, I didn't watch the game. I would. Wow. Okay, that's insane.
Nah. So he had 16 points in tackles, 14 in tackle bust, which is 30, 16 in offloads, which is 46. Line break assist. He had 4 line break assists, and then 30 points. Right. 30 points in runs. He's just a weapon. I love Herbie.
So he'll be on Campbell Graham's side, right?
Yeah, next week. Yeah.
I mean, South played very well, but yeah.
Yeah, they did. I still find them like defensively not perfect, but they're definitely better than some of these teams that are doing pretty awful at the moment. Jake Averillo keeping up his form, 69 points. Azarko 65. Don't know if Azarko, like, he was a nice cash grab for me, 600K. Maybe he's someone that I move
100%
below max for sure. Like, I've definitely
1,000%.
Like, you're looking at all the buys they've got coming up. Maybe he is someone that you just like. I'm happy to have him. I bought him 2 weeks ago. I'm very happy I bought him, but maybe it's just a short-term play.
I agree. He was sitting on like 11 points for a long time, and I'm thinking this is the Asako we all sort of know. If you can trade him at the time before he does that, you're going to be a step ahead of everyone. But I honestly think he was just a bit of a points cash grab where we thought he was going to go 60 plus and huge in these like upcoming games. And then we were just going to move him to a Kraz, low max, a Holmes when the time was right. So, yeah.
Rate it. We've got, not much else for the Dolphins. Isaiah Katoa gets his standard 58 points. I'm pretty sure he's got like 58 and 59 so many times. Let's just have a look. So 58 on the weekend, 59 last week, 57 against the Bulldogs, 60 against Canberra. I mean, he's got it once, but it felt like a lot more. For the Knights, Bradman Best, he's a really, really good SuperCoach option. 613K, so probably a bit out of price range. But look at his scores this year. That's his 3rd ton. He has a 99 and a 75 as well. Lowest score of 25, but apart from that, he's got a 43 and a 40. Bradman Best is slowly becoming a SuperCoach option.
Do you think he could get called up to Game 3 Origin?
Ooh.
I mean, he was a part of the massive winning play from Game 3. He seems fit and firing.
I don't think he takes Latrell's spot. I don't think their back 5 changes at all, but I reckon he's the first to come in if any injuries happen. So, like,
that Latrell was hopeless that game, by the way. Besides the one-on-one rake he did absolutely nothing that game.
He had some good hands out in the center. Had some good hands out.
If that's what you're leaning to, he had some good hands for Latrell Mitchell, sure.
Yeah, he had good hands. Kalen Ponga, 72. Lucas, 68. Don't need to talk about them. Dom Young, first hit out in the side this year, 59. Not much else for the Knights. Fletch Sharp, 52. Went to hospital because he had a lacerated kidney. Also had, I think it was a HIA or something as well. But looks like he'll have an extended stint on the sideline. So lucky he is at peak price, and you'll be able to move into pretty much anyone. I think there will be. Oh, I mean, he loses a little bit of cash there. Loses 40K, goes to 720. But I think we'll definitely be talking about options on Tuesday of who to replace him with, but he's done his job, and it probably is time to move on anyway.
It's got it. For me, it's just Sharp to Karaz. Pretty much easiest swap of my life. Also, I think they were saying it's looking like 4 to 6 weeks for him, so I think he's a definite trade out. Just an unfortunate thing. The craziest thing is the injury happened on him doing his own chip and chase where he regathered. And it was like, oh, we're going to get some points here. And then it just went sideways. I did also just want to talk about one more person before, if that's okay. I think we missed speaking about Hosking. Do you think he's still a hold because he's playing this the upcoming bye round? Like, I feel like I got him in. He's been a tiny bit under par for me, especially against these teams I thought he was going to score a bit more in. What are your thoughts on Hosking?
I think at this time of year, you're chasing upside, and he doesn't have it. Like I think he's more a rounds 1 to 10 sort of player rather than a 15 and later type of player. If that makes sense. If that makes sense.
Yep.
Like, I mean, I wouldn't be forcing a trade. He can definitely do a job for you in there. But yeah, I'd be moving him on to someone as a gun. But at the same time, second row position, it's not that good, is it? Like, we've got Colin
Kickow needs to be spoken about a bit more.
Potentially. We've had a lot of whispers about Kickow. A lot of people very keen. But like Dylan Lucas is in my second row. I've got Colin Matangi. I think like maybe when we all buy Haas back, then maybe Tino goes up to your second row.
I've still got him.
Yeah, well, that's why he scored so well, didn't you?
Oh, saying he's a must trade too. I feel so bad, but like I just copped injuries where I had to focus other places.
Yeah,
and Haas has just stayed in my team, and him getting 100 is just ridiculous on a backup as well.
Were you expecting that at all?
I was expecting like a 50-60, maybe, if anything good. And I was like, when I opened up the scores, I was like, what the hell? He didn't score, did he?
No, he just had like a shitload of offloads. Anyone else from this game? I think Jack Bostock, potential ACL as well.
Yeah, that's rough.
So,
it's ACL. They were saying MCL, so it's ACL.
I just Googled it because I saw it. One day ago, Major Dolphins suspected ACL. Let's see if there's any more recent news.
I think Sharp's become. I think Knight's become really, really interesting now because of the loss of Sharp. I feel like he is the main center of their attack and offense. And I'm very, very curious how much it impacts them as a team. Especially when Ponga goes as well for Origin.
I think this stunts them as a team, but they've definitely turned a corner the last 3 weeks since that Manly, since getting booed off in the first half against Manly. They've turned a corner. They've had 2.5 really good games where they played the Roosters. They lost by a dodgy try call, which was, to the book of the law, it was a try. But they beat the Dolphins last week on the weekend, who were very hot. I think with Fletcher Sharp out, it actually makes Ponga very interesting, in my opinion. We see Fletcher Sharp went off. Ponga scored 72 points in SuperCoach. Ponga's at a very good price, 2 try assists. He's at 540K. If you feel like if we get news that Fletcher Sharp is out for extended period of time, then I think I'm nearly all over Ponga. But that being said, Dane Gagai is kicking goals at the moment, so I don't think I probably could fully go all in until he gets the goal kicking back. But it's definitely something to keep an eye on and something to consider if Fletcher Sharp is out for a while, because he was definitely taking those points off him from backing up. So like every time there'd be a break, Fletcher Sharp would be the one there backing up, scoring that consolation try, whereas Ponga was the one doing that in the past. And I feel like Ponga's lost that this year with Fletcher Sharp doing so well.
It's very tough. It's a big call. I think there's more merit in Holt. Like I'm still big on Turbo. I anti-potted Turbo. I think he shows more merit than Ponga. I mean, Knights have Canberra into a bye into Melbourne. That's very, very rough. And obviously Ponga will miss 1 or 2 of those because of Origin, where you have Turbo that won't be caught into Origin, and then they have West Tigers at Pines Park, into Souths at Pines Park, into a bye into Melbourne. I think Turbo could be around 19 move off. I'm just, as I said, I think the only person you want to end up with at the end of your team being in your team from the Knights is Dylan Lucas. That's where I'm leaning to.
100% agree. Nothing else from this game that you want to talk about?
No. Knights are still trash. Congrats on.
They're good. They're good. I actually don't mind.
They're not.
They're going all right. The Rabbitohs nearly beat the Storm, but it was very heaps closer than we expected. Alex Johnson, 4 tries for 137. Always does it every time during this bye period, but I thought this year was going to be different, to be honest. hey, he could get that try scoring record this year. But SuperCoach wise, I couldn't do it, especially if Cody Walker is not in the side. But that being said, Latrell Mitchell, 97 points, what a weapon. Colin Matangi rose from the dead, 75 points. Tallis Duncan, 63
Did you
points.
trade him or hold?
Who?
By the way, Colo.
Nah, I held him.
Did anyone in chat just trade him and go, oh, stuff it, I'm just going to do a cash grab and go somewhere else? I'm actually really, really curious on that. 4,000 people, right?
Yeah, 4,900.
Very, very curious on that. I think the biggest thing we talk about here, maybe the two biggest things, I've still got Hubner. I'll be moving him, but I think, well, when do we get Latrell Mitchell?
When?
Yeah, when do we get him?
Oh, like, do you think he's someone you're willing to finish
100%,
with?
100%. 100%.
I mean,
yeah. Are you joking? Okay, so in round 23, right? Let's even go round 22. Broncos away, who still lead points. Gold Coast, Para, St. George. Like, he could really put on some big points then. Then they have a bye into Sydney Roosters for the last round. I think in this patch here, round 22, even round 21, he could be someone we really, really look at as a third fullback.
Yep.
Especially at his price. I think if you're ending the season with like Tedesco, Pappy, or Drinkwater, I like Pappy more personally, and Latrell, I think that's your like 3-4 fullbacks you're wanting to really focus on.
I've gone down to 1153. Oh no.
Oh, has it changed?
Yeah, look at this. Look at this. Captain, 10 points. I don't even get a captain score. What the hell?
Wait, what do you mean? Wait, what happened?
Because my captain dropped out, Jaden Campbell. Can you see that? Like he's
no way.
Scored 10 points and my VC just doesn't do anything.
I think there should be a stipulation where if your captain is the one that drops out, right, because of the original score, but the captain's score is more than what it is of the next lowest score, does that then beat it? Does that make sense, what I just said?
So he would have scored 20, right?
Yeah. And if someone got like 19, would he then beat that and stay in?
No, well, so Tino scored 36, right? He was my second lowest score. If Jaden Campbell scored, if he scored
37,
if he scored 19 points and was on 38 as captain, Tino would have dropped out. But since he scored 20, it's the score. It's the scoring total. So
yeah, okay. So you got really cucked this week.
Oh, I got fucking cucked and fucking tied down and absolutely spoofed all over the face. It's fucked.
I feel sorry for you, bro, because you had Walsh who was cucking you. Did you have Ponga as well? And you've had some rough captaincy, and you're a content creator, so you just got to keep plugging away.
Yeah, just keep playing along with it. It's entertainment for the fellas. If people are doing well and they see someone like me, bloody captain Jaden Campbell for 10 points, then it's a good laugh. So it's all good. It's all good. For the Storm, Grant Anderson, 95. Ho Grant, 83 points, proving to be the end of season keeper that we want to get into our sides ASAP. Munster, 59. Pappenhausen, 62. And Eli Katoa, 53. Jerome Hughes, 45 with a try.
That's so bad. That is so bad.
It's pretty bad.
I traded him in too for Cleary.
You would have hated to trade him in for someone who scored a try this week for 85A.
I can't believe you did that trade. I would have told you not to do that.
Well, Sharks
playing player.
Sharks play the Storm next week at Amy Park, and I'm just like, I have no faith in Nico whatsoever, and I wanted to keep Daly Cherry Evans in my side. So,
are they playing 18 though? Round 18, Sharks?
No.
Or no? Okay. No. All right. Well, it's just unlucky, I guess. Hey, look, it could turn around, and then the next 2 rounds, you might go, Hughes actually scored more points than Hines overall. So we can't always base everything off 1 round. It could be a 3-4 round total that you go, oh, wait, Hughes has actually scored 80 more points, and it actually has worked out well.
I want to bring up something. Silico says, disagree with that. Essentially, Nuffy's taking a risk when taking the C. I agree. Like, it happened to me. It sucks, but I actually think that the way it is kind of makes sense because.
Oh yeah. I was wrong in what I said, by the way. I thought that it didn't do that, but it does. So I agree.
Yeah. Because your 18th player drops out for the HIA, but that's you're already getting an advantage there. You shouldn't get a double advantage by getting another captain. So it sucks for me. And right now, I wish the rules were different. But ultimately, I don't wish they were. I think the rules are probably good as they are because if you're captaining Alex Johnston and he really needs to score a try to do really well and he doesn't score a try, then you're really just taking a punt. And there's every chance he probably is in year 18 anyway, but there's every chance if he doesn't score a try, he could score single figures as well. So
imagine if there was a thing where you could once in a season choose to boost your captain's score by an extra by 0.25 or point half.
Oh,
that would be sick.
I'll tell you what would be sick. Once a season, triple captain score.
Okay, relax. It's not an arcade game.
No, bro, you get it once I'd use it in round 2. I'd 100%
use it in round 1 on freaking Sevilla Havili or some crap. I know you.
Oh my god. And the Storm, they're back at Amy Park next week. Disappointing win. So I think they bounce back next week and put a number on the Sharks. Speaking about putting a number on the Sharks, the Broncos came back from, I think it was 22-0. Payne Haas 100 points. What a weapon.
That is insane. I didn't watch this game. Someone just told me randomly that they came back and won. This is a massive, massive game for them. Karapani, 93, -19. How many games has this guy played? 1.
He's played 1, so that's his second. He'll have a -83 break even next week.
That is that's
okay.
Pretty much.
Okay, hold on. So we're just talking about cheapies. We're just talking about cheapies. How we're like, no, you can't buy cheapies.
Well, this is the thing. Is he the way better grab over Talakai now? If you didn't go Talakai, this guy is most probably your path to being able to get a premium if you go 1 up, 1 down. If you can, if I can do a Hubner down and bring Lucas up and then get Karapani in or something in, and then trade out a Billy Smith to then a Karaz, that to me is a viable play. So
I really like it, and I know I just said that I hate it so much. At the start of the episode, I didn't realize he'd only played 1 game. I thought he'd already played 3 games, but 93 points on the weekend, 88 the week before. The Broncos, they're kind of desperate for wins every week. They do have the Warriors and the Bulldogs in the next 2, but Karapani, he plays round 18, which is also a plus. For me, it'd be a very good downgrade from Hiroti, which I can utilize. I do want to see, because on the SuperCoach website, it doesn't have his stats from last year. And I'm certain he played last year. HIJK Karapani.
LMNOP.
Yes, he 100% played last year. So in his 80-minute games, he had 4 80-minute games for 68, 69, 54, 54, 31, and 24 later in the season. But that's when they'll get dipped. So
you know what? To the 1% of people that own Josiah Karapani, well done. That's great.
Yeah, so 1,400 people traded him in this week. 1 traded out. What are you doing? Had a double this week against the Sharks, so I guess that's a good sign that he's scoring well against decent sides. So, yeah, I think I'll definitely have Karapani on the run sheet next week, and me and Timmy will talk about him. Reece Walsh, 89. Stags with, I'm pretty sure it was 5 line breaks for 4 line breaks, 88 points. What a weapon.
They played golf next to me the other day. I was right next to Stags. He was hitting right next to me on the course. He hit it onto my fairway, so the wrong fairway. And Walsh was there with all the some of the Broncos boys. And I suck at golf. I've just started getting into it, but I went to just hit it 20 meters up onto the fairway because I was in the rough a bit, like a medicine ball, and I sliced it so bad it went 15 meters to the right on the ground, but it went under Jesse Arthur's golf cart, and I didn't know it was Jesse Arthur's. He was wearing some camo stuff. I'm like, sorry, mate. Yep, good. Anyway, I walk up to the ball 5 meters from me because Tony Staggs just rips this iron shot. It goes straight into a tree. I didn't say anything, but I was like, pretty cool, pretty funny. But
do they play on golf course near you?
Yeah, I think they came down from Brisbane, but Walsh lives sort of in between Brisbane and Gold Coast. But yeah, he's getting into golf. I think he's awful, just like me at golf, Reece Walsh. So yeah.
Hey, I go all right at golf.
Do you?
Yeah. I've played a lot of golf this year. I haven't played in a couple of weeks.
Any golf players in the chat? I'm just curious.
Golf is like as soon as you hit 35, you start getting the itch. Actually, I'm not even 35.
You idiot.
Sorry, 25. As soon as you hit 25, late 20s, it's just you get the golf itch or the running itch, or you get the just stay at home and game itch.
I don't know about the running itch. That's definitely not an itch I've got anytime soon coming as well. But yeah, it's more of I get 1 or 2 days of the week free. So I was like, what can I do to be with nature, sweat, walk around, and be competitive? And I was like, golf.
So, I'm coming to Queensland later in the year. Maybe I'll have to.
Are you?
Yeah.
I'm a member there as well, so I can get you in.
September, I'm pretty sure
You're booked in. You're booked in.
All right.
We'll go for a hit.
Tee that up for sure. As if they didn't notice you.
I was wearing a balaclava.
Oh, yeah. All right. So Karapani, Walsh, good. Shibasaki. Not much else for the Broncos. I feel like if you got Ezra Mann, good job because he's done all right. Brayley, after scoring his first ton ever last week, he backs up with a 96. So he's proving to be a nice little option over this period. Nikora hitting his straps, 96 points after 105.
That's really good. Nikora.
Very good. Ramian, 64. McKinnon, 63. I think they're Talakai. You were talking about Talakai, 68 points. Went over for a try, but I am a bit concerned, to be honest, because the 4 line breaks that Tony Staggs had was on Talakai's side.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I think
Fitzgibbon might look at making a change there, to be honest, because it's not his fault. He trained all preseason to come off the bench and play front row. So maybe it's just a bit slow laterally. So there's every chance he makes a decision there and makes a change.
I think if you got him, you knew you got him for a 2 to 3 week play. I mean, I don't think he's going to be staying there the whole season. That was that 5% chance people are hoping for, but Sharks are actually in a bit of trouble. And I think, you'll take this 68 and run with it and be super, super stoked, but expect soon to be hitting that trade button with his name on it and having to get someone else in.
I like that he's got the jewel as well, which is very nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, he scored that try, but who knows? Maybe they just put him in the sauna all week this week. Take some shed some kilos off him.
Willison's been interesting this season as well. I thought he was going to have a really good origin period, something consistent, but hasn't really shown much. Yeah. Are you getting anyone in Brisbane besides Haas?
I don't know. There's always Paddy Carrigan, who, especially available in the front row, who's potentially an option, but he's probably too expensive for what he does. There's honestly there's no one. Reece Walsh could be someone over certain periods, but even today before the game, he pulled up sore with his knee, so and it looked like he wasn't even going to play at one point. So that knee's a ticking time bomb in my opinion. But
okay.
For the Broncos, it's Haas and that's it. in my opinion.
That's fair.
Not much else for the Sharks. The Sharks started well. They did all right, but they ultimately absolutely screwed it. There was someone I wanted to talk about. Sione Katoa looked a lot better than he did for 29. A lot of tackle busts in there as well. The Roosters defeated the Cowboys 42-8. The Cowboys are just leaking tries left, right, and center. Mark Nawaqanitawase, 129 points. Tedesco, 95. Savala, just like, it feels like Savala's just provided points every single week. He's probably being called upon for a lot of people. Like, a lot of people would have been scratching for numbers this week, and Savala, Jesus Christ, he's been a nice purchase, and I was so against him. He's nearly 500K. That's
insane.
Hats off to the people who got him, because that's been an unreal purchase.
Well, he was just a cash grab play. Like, he was like, go down to Savala, plug him in, and we'll get a premium with the remaining money. Did you see the last try they scored?
Yeah.
So that was the try to win me my multi.
Oh, the
Marky Mark one, where Savala reached out before it went out, flung it back, and Toya kicked it for some random reason when he could have just passed it and they would have gone over. But I think, like, back to SuperCoach, but like, Savala has just been someone that, because of this Sam Walker injury, because we don't know, like, when Sam Walker was going to come back, was that just going to be Savala's basically touching way less ball, everything's going to run through Sam Walker, and he'll sort of just sit there and be there when he's needed. Now, because of that injury, I feel like if you got Savala in and you've held him and he's just getting you these points, it's actually been one of the sneakiest grabs. Most really with Tom Starling. Biggest regret this season for me is not grabbing Tom Starling and most probably Hudson Young. But I think Savala has been a massive, massive smoky cheapie that people just thought was going to be bad, and including myself, and it really has gone the opposite way.
I just wanted to go back to this game because Luke Easton, Ronaldo came close to worst Supercoach score of the season, proud owner.
Ronaldo?
He scored 15. You haven't captained Jaden Campbell for 10 points, have you, ever before?
Well, you mean for 0.
Oh, well, yeah, true. Pierre Cora actually scored -11 earlier in the year too. So there's been a few low ones this year, and there's been obviously your HIAs. Ronaldo come. He said no, lol. Oh yeah, of course. Let's go.
What's the news on Sandon Smith? Someone asked. What's the news? What do you mean?
Precautionary. So Anne says, "What's the news on Sandon Smith?" He came off with a knee concern. Apparently, because they're up so much, they just took him off early. They have a bye next week, so they can obviously just wait a week. Plays round 18, so I think he's a hold till then anyway. You see how you go. Maybe Sam Walker comes back that week, and we're in the pickle all over again. But I think it's an easy hold till round 18. Billy Smith finally got his 2 tries for 69 points. I thought he was going to get that 1 try and still end up on 35 points. Always finds a way to get 35, but good for owners. I think this game was always coming, and hopefully he can just kick on and be a good option for you over the next couple of weeks. Angus Crichton, 72 points. I am very keen on Angus Crichton post-Origin, 570K. He's been very scary not to own in the past, but not this year, but he's slowly getting back to it. Like, look at those scores, 76, 76, 70, 78, 68. Like, he has really good scores in there and just hasn't quite hit his ceiling yet. He scored 1 try all year. I think he every chance of exploding. The Roosters are doing well. Sam Walker will come back. I think my only issue is Luke Keary won't be in the side, who was the one person who was really good at isolating people one-on-one to get him through that hole.
I think he's been playing under par this season, in all honesty. I would be close to saying I think I'd rather Kickow than Crichton, but I wouldn't be mad in saying you should have both.
Yeah. I don't know about Kickow. I'm just not feeling it. Like, the way he's been playing really suits Supercoach. He's playing that sweeping role. He's getting more attack than he's ever got at the Bulldogs. But I don't know. I'm just not feeling it. But it's not my year, so maybe.
I think there's a thing though, like we're just seeing Roosters go right a lot more, and we're also seeing Bulldogs go left a bit as well. Like a bit, like I think Crichton isn't getting the ball in these scenarios. Like Roosters last season, they were breaking the line and they were like doing these 70-meter tries, and you don't really see that as much come into Crichton's hand this season. Like he's not getting those easier points. Maybe this is a sign that it is coming into like the play for him soon after the origin period, which you said. But I mean, they have at round 20, they have Sharks away, Melbourne, Manly away, Dolphins, then Bulldogs. I mean, it's not the easiest of draws. Whereas if you look at Bulldogs, 19, well, let's just go because kick-out is relevant from 18 onwards, right? Even now. So they have Penrith, Broncos, North Queensland, St. George, Manly, West Tigers, New Zealand. Like, I don't know. I think I'd prefer kick-out, to be honest, but that's just me.
Yeah, it's pretty good, isn't it? It's pretty good. I do like Angus Crichton, but I see what you mean. Like, he's available for more. You can get him now, and it's not like you have to wait. So,
do you think Sammy Walker will push the ball more left, or he'll keep going right? That's so hard, right?
I don't know. There's every chance Hugo Savala stays on the right, which means Sammy Walker plays left. Just because the right foot kicking game, he's been really good on the right, getting them the extra meters. So who knows? Not much else for the Roosters. Sil Wong went down with a suspected, I think it's an MCL. So 4 to 8 weeks, 15. So no one really Supercoach relevant comes into that slot. For the Cowboys, Braden Burns 85, Taulungi 74, Drinky 56. Are you a Drinky owner?
No, haven't. I don't think I have been the whole season. Is that crazy?
No. I think he's someone I'm probably looking at moving on as the third fullback, maybe him or Turbo, but yeah, he's goal kicking. I don't know if he's going to keep the goal kicking for the rest of the year. I think the Cowboys are struggling, and yeah, I'll keep him till around 18 and then see who comes out of the woodworks, whether it's like a Ponga, Latrell, or who knows, it could be like a maybe Pappenhausen, Turbo, Tedesco could be the top 3, who knows. But we'll have to wait and reassess there. Not much else for the Cowboys, to be honest. Pretty disappointing. They play the Titans next week, so that should be a high-scoring game.
I expected more out of Labour, which is really interesting. How he's been playing. I think, isn't it so ironic that Peyton just randomly moved Purdue to halves, and it's completely made them worse as well.
Yep.
He needs to go. The team's they're not clicking. Their defense is very bad. Their forward pack's awful. Taumalolo basically doesn't play. I think if the only relevant person in this team is literally Drinkwater, they have Gold Coast coming up, and that's a Titans team without Campbell, I'd assume. But there's literally no one else you can go to because Cowboys in Supercoach land, they're really attack reliant. Like, I think, I wouldn't touch anyone else in the team besides Drinkwater.
They're the type of team that, like they need to be scoring points for you to consider any of them, and they're just not doing that. So,
I think other thing. Sorry to interrupt.
That's all right.
I think you said before, hooker wise, is there a world where Connor Watson will do better than Harry Grant?
Origin? I'm a big fan of Connor Watson as a hooker option. I think, Harry Grant has kind of been questionable this year. Like 80 points on the weekend. Yeah, he finally got there. But like Connor Watson, he's just been so consistent. His lowest score, besides that 30, he has 2 55s. He has a 42, 78, 69, 68, 68, another 74 on the weekend. And it's like he's not getting that many attacking stats, I guess. Like he's just kind of just doing the job.
Dirty work.
Like
he just like plugs around and does everything.
Yeah, just has like a couple of try assists here and there.
Yeah.
He's got 103 in him. Like, I don't know, between him and Harry Grant, it could be just like, could be either of them, to be honest. Like, the thing is, Harry Grant can, on any given week can probably get a 130 for you, whereas I don't know if Watson can, but
true. That is true. But also, we're talking about a Melbourne team that actually have been performing a bit under par. Like that game against South where they're up 12-0 in like a click of a finger and they're just dropping the ball. Like I see a bit of I think it's to do with, I think their forward pack is a bit iffy. And that's why they just keep dropping the ball and these attacking stats don't come. I think there's a world where we honestly may not even need to go to a premium hooker and just, if something goes wrong with Sandon Smith, we just literally go to some cheapie and we use that money for 2 RFs and centers or a fullback.
Yeah, 100%. I definitely see that happening. Like, I got McInnes there. Maybe I just leave McInnes there. Don't spend a trade there, which I'd be completely happy with. And last game, Parramatta played the Titans, and it is the Jaden Campbell show here. 10 points for Jaden Campbell. How disappointing. But the Parramatta Eels, Yongi, 92 points, absolutely killing it. Lomax, 91. Dean Hawkins has backed up 4 try assist performance at 317K last outing against Manly. And he's all of a sudden turned from a 28, 25, 16, 26 sort of player to a 91 and an 86 in 2 games. Like, he's just turned a corner completely, and Parramatta look good.
Yeah, I'm really interested on this, like Katauga, Lomax. There's actually a lot of value in Eels now.
Yeah.
The problem, it's just so weird because you wouldn't touch them with anything. Hopgood for some reason has not done anything this season. But you said before, is Dylan Walker injured? No.
Dylan Walker, he played.
He's not. He played, right? Okay. I just think 2RF wise, there's a bit of value here. I just don't know in between who. I think Katauga has a very, very high base for memory.
Yeah, I'm a massive fan of Katonga. He was someone I was very keen on earlier in the year. I'm trying to get his stats up, but it's not letting me.
Well, while you get the stats up, they beat Gold Coast. They go into St. George away, into a bye, into Penrith, Canberra away, Broncos away, Melbourne, North Queensland, South. It's a pretty tough draw. Depends what type of Penrith team are back in action. Surely after Origin 3, these players, the main players that we thought were going to rest, have a rest, right? Like Payne Haas's.
Yeah, potentially. I'm surprised Payne Haas played. He was coming out of this week with a groin or a quad injury. Like, I'm surprised he played, to be honest. Charlie Guymer, 50 points. As angry as I am at him, he's going to make some cash finally. Like, he might be someone I can get rid of eventually. Hopefully he just, keeps on going with his 50 and rolls on with he'll make 15K, go to 250. So hopefully just make some money for me, make some money. And then hopefully I can move him on to someone with a bit of, so I can build some depth into my side. For the Titans, Jolliffe top scored 94, Randall 75. He's killing it. Fermor 54, picked up the goal kicking, which was surprising, but it was actually bad for him because he missed more than he got, which was
that's why his score was so low. I knew he was kicking. I didn't realize he missed so much because he was on about 36 at halftime, I think.
Yeah, so he made 35 tackles, 35 in tackles. He had 22 in runs. So he should have got 57, but he kicked a goal for 4 points and missed 2 goals, so -4. So it didn't hinder or help him regardless, but would have been nice to get an extra 8 points from him.
Well, a lot of people traded him in, right? I think he was the 4th or 3rd most traded in.
Yeah, so I traded him in.
Oh, okay. It's not bad. I thought Titans were going to definitely win this game with Moses and Brown out. But I think this happened last time, and then Hawkins came in and dominated the game last time this happened. I think besides Tino, are we just saying everyone bar Tino is just, or maybe and Campbell are just the only ones you touch now in Titans?
I mean, I'm still all in on Fermor, like 54 points. Didn't go their way this week. But like, I think aside like the Titans, you don't want multiple of them anyway. Like even Jaden Campbell for me, yeah, he's been really nice to own, and I think he probably is the best 5'8" option. But you can take him or leave him. They're not really going to be a side that puts on points massively. So, yeah.
Well, they have North Queensland next week. You're hoping Fermor does something then. I shouldn't say does something. He's still got a very good score, but I think at a point of where we are coming into the competition, we're trying to find these 2 RFs that are going to get us 70, 65 plus, every week, like the Hudson Youngs, the Colos, those type of players. So yeah, it is interesting. But yeah, do you think someone like would you rather have a kick out in your team over a Fermor if you could go do it again and not have done that trade?
No.
Okay, interesting.
I definitely had the option to go to kick out, especially when GUYMER got named. I had the free loop, so I could have every chance I could have gone Fermor to kick out this week and just taken the loop, which I mean in the short term probably would have been the option, but I'm pretty happy to run with Fermor for the rest of the year. I'm pretty happy with him. I think that's it, to be honest. It's quite late. We've already gone for over an hour 11. So
yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, I am ready to hit the hay, to be honest.
Perfect.
Been a long weekend. Woke up slightly what's the word? Not hungover, because I didn't drink that much, but when you have 2 or 3 drinks and you just feel like shit.
No, because I actually don't remember the last time I got drunk in my life because I don't really drink.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, sorry. Can't help you on that discussion.
Well,
I know the feeling from years ago. Yes.
Yes, very good. All right.
All right, big dog.
All right.
Good luck with your captain next week, eh? Maybe just try and keep it stock standard. All the best. Love you.
I'll let everyone know so they can avoid it.
See you guys. Thanks for watching, everyone.